anatomy. I am in Matlock Bath, and this is Giddy Edge. Today, we are going to talk about the elbow and how elbow function can be applied to backpacking, through hugs, and so on. The elbow basically is made out of three bones. We have the forearm outer bone, the forearm inner bone, and the upper arm bone or the humerus. Okay, in terms of muscles, there are three major muscles that make the elbow bend. The so-called biceps, brachialis, and brachioradialis. And then from flexion, we go into extension. We have a muscle called triceps that does that function. In terms of getting on the trail, how well does this movement help you? We've spoken about pronation and supination. For you to be able to function properly, you need pronation, supination, and elbow flexion. A good example is if I have to hold the phone to my ear to talk to someone, I've got to go like that, a little bit of supination. If it's a big phone, take it to my, and then I slowly pronate into midline, and then I put the phone on my ear. Okay, at the same time, I'm bending my elbow. So, in terms of functional range of motion, most people are okay with 30 to 130 degrees, about there to there, no problems. However, if you have to do a bit of scrambling, you probably have to work harder because you can't reach further. For example, if you've got less than 30, if your elbow is at 90 like that, then you have to raise your shoulders, your body to reach the next stage. In terms of navigation, I rely on the watch for navigation all the time. It works well in good weather. However, I don't have the best pronation and supination. Coming from midline, I just hit the standard 50, and supination, I think I come to something like 75 and so on, which is not very good if you are on a long distance hike and it's a trail that you are not familiar with. So to cope with that, I tend to put my watch on there. If I'm wearing a jacket with wider sleeves, that works perfectly well. Otherwise, if I keep it on the wrist on the outside, by the end of the day, I feel some aching in my forearm. The reason for that is because I don't have the best pronation and supination. So each time I've got to involve the shoulder. I wouldn't be able to read my watch straight away by doing that. Okay? Especially on a trail and the watch is placed like this. So if I put it here, it's a lot easier for me to reference the track, any notifications, if I'm off trail, and so on. So in summary, our elbow flexion works in combination with pronation and supination during normal function. Normal range is expected to be 30 to 130 degrees. But if I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag or a field in cold weather, I need full movement if I have to keep it inside the sleeping bag. Thank you for listening. We'll catch up on the next video.